Hello and welcome to all the Hillians out there. I'm Joe here with me, my co-host Dan.
Hello and greetings.
And we are now going to be discussing one character, Fi. Or Fee? It's not clear. We'll just say Fi. She is the spirit of the Master Sword. Basically, its personality. And out of the gate, I'm going to say I don't agree with the decision to actually make her a character. The thing about the Master Sword, I think, is that it was best left... Like, I don't mind... I actually think a story where you get to see the sword forged is a brilliant idea. But there's an inherent problem. I don't want it to go talking to Link. It's just not a decision I agree with, because when you're writing and when you're creating, you have to ask yourself, do we need this? Do we need Fi as a character? Do we need some pretty girl? Like, do we... Okay, I'll even go so far as to say, do we really want the Master Sword to be female? It just feels dumb. And giving it a personality is superfluous. Like, I like the idea that there's the implication there's a personality. You know what I mean? Like, I want the implication, not the statement of fact.
Because this is essentially Excalibur.
Yeah.
Excalibur doesn't choose just anyone to wield it.
But do you really want Excalibur going, "Hey, yo, homie, how you doing, bruh?" Or, well, no, it'd be more like, "Link, I have chosen you." I really didn't need that. That's one of the few things from Skyward Sword I actually really detested in terms of contributions. It just felt, yeah, we don't need this. And if you're gonna make the Master Sword have a personality, why does it have to be another one of Link's harem girls? Because let's be honest, it is what it is. Why not have it be a guy? I don't know, like... But I don't understand the need for a personality. Like, I know this might attract some heat, but this is just not... Like, you have to ask yourself, do we need this? Did we want this? No.
How many games of the Master Sword have we had where the Master Sword didn't communicate or didn't have this kind of...
Like, where you get to see that it's an independent agent? None. And they're perfectly fine. I prefer to have it implied that there's a personality. I prefer to have the idea that the sword... You know, like in the Merlin 1998 movie. The sword of the just. Or the sword has chosen you, Arthur. You know, like all the knights of Camelot have tried. But it has chosen you. That's awesome. Even T.H. White's, story has a great set of moments with the sword Excalibur. And we get a good indication of what it's like, how it thinks, how it feels, and whatnot. Like, it's one thing for Suikoden to do the talking sword thing. It was hilarious. Because you have Victor wielding Victor. But we did not really need to know what kind of coffee it likes, what it likes to do in the morning, how it's helping the hero. We didn't need to know that stuff. We didn't ask for it, we didn't want it, and yet we got it. And I know some people will say, no, we did want that. But, okay, but it just feels like a superfluous detail. I would rather know more about the blacksmith who forged it. I would rather have known that, just throw in a bit of Sigurdur and like his storyline of how he forged it. That'd be cool, and even get a scene where it slashes through the anvil. You could throw in a bit of Norse mythology. But the trouble is, the talking sword bit, it's not as cool as Midna. Or, like, or like any of the other female companions or sidekicks in the plot or in the Zelda series. Maybe it's me reopening up an old can of worms, but this was something that when I saw Skyward Sword, I kind of went, no, I don't really like that. But like there were things that I did like the floating island thing. At first, I didn't like, but with time, you kind of go, oh yeah, that's kind of neat. Them kind of doing a lot to imply there's a strong personality with Link, like even giving Zelda the personality that they did. It's one of my favorite Zeldas, one of my favorite Links. Like there's a lot of ideas that were great in this game, but Fi is not one of them. But tell us what you think in the comment section. Like maybe you could point out something that we're wrong about, and that you can say, well, now hold on, Joe, Dan, you're wrong, and we might actually say, yeah, okay. So tell us what you think, and don't forget to smash that like and that subscribe button, and also check out our crowdfund. It's it's about the greatest set of fantasy stories over on Substack, and we've helped edit. We are crowdfunding for about $500 for it, and the pre-launch page will be in the comment section, and it's launching on June 2nd. So don't forget, check that out. And until next time, take care.